Hi, this is George with NS345. Welcome back to my Pro Tools mixing video series number 2. This is part 1B. On the first video, I downloaded the wrong tracks, so I'm going to go through the process of importing and gate staging the tracks again. This should be good practice for us as we can learn how to manipulate an existing session. So if you were following the first video, you went to the Cambridge website. I'm going to post the link below. If you haven't downloaded the tracks, please go to the website now, download them, and come back to watch this video. Download Jules King Never Stop, but instead of downloading the 29 tracks, which are 104 megabytes in size, download the 41 tracks, which are equal to 489 megabytes. Download them and store them like I showed you. Okay, so we've downloaded the new tracks. Now we're gonna get rid of all these tracks. And the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna open up my clip section here. I'm gonna select all of them. I'm going to go to clear, and I'm going to say remove completely. So remove selected clips from session, move to trash for selected sources if possible, delete selected sources permanently from the disk. So I want to delete them permanently from the disk. I don't need them anymore. So I'm going to go to delete. Okay, so there's two ways that we can do this. First one is you can open up this Finder window, grab your track, and bring it in, match it up to where it needs to be. And you can do that for a while and just go and find that. Unfortunately, because the second set of tracks, it has more tracks, I prefer to just delete the tracks. So let's go ahead and do that. There's also another way to import them using the file import menu and going to session data, and you can play with that, but that's another way. But today I'm just gonna go ahead and delete the audio tracks, and I'm just gonna leave my buses and my stems that I've created, so I think it's gonna be faster. Highlight those, delete. So I'm left with my drum bus, electric guitar bus. Oh, I need to... the instrument bus, mix bus, the master, and the stems. Let's go ahead and bring in the other tracks. I want to get rid of this. Okay, so this is clean. So I'm just going to grab all of these except the text file. "41 tracks, 24, 44. Let me make sure my track is set up for that. Yep. Tempo 130. Let me get that. And let me bring the tracks to the left. If you notice now they're almost 4 minutes, but it seems like, okay, they start early here. And I brought down my master fader because, or my mix bus fader. I noticed on the last video the audio was really loud. Okay, now I'm gonna organize my tracks again, and I'm gonna do it using this window here. So it looks like I got some loops. I'm gonna put those up top. Kick, hi-hat, cymbals. Bring those before the drum stem or the drum bus. Then I'm gonna do all the electric guitars. Sorry, I'm gonna bring the bass after the drums. I'm gonna get all the electric guitars. Bring those up before the electric guitar bus. Now I'm going to bring the instruments, Rhodes, synth, in front of the instruments bus. Then I'm going to bring Oh, now I'm going to bring the lead vocal, lead and VGB. Okay, so I'm going to bring them after the instruments. Got my mix buzz. I'm going to color them. I'll leave those there. I'm going to create a bus for the loops. Stereo auxiliary. And I'm going to create a stem. I'm going to route everything. What did I do here? Okay, I just created a stem, but I got the wrong. Just going to rename that. Oh, sorry. Rename. Route it out to the mix bus. Okay, so that's routed. I'm going to route my drums to the drums. That's already routed. My bass to my bass stem. Done. Electric guitars to my electric guitars. Bus. E-guitars. And then the bus is already routed. Then my instruments, I'm gonna route those to the instruments bus, which is this one. Then my lead vocal, I'm gonna route it to my lead stem, lead V stem, and my BGVs. I'm gonna route those to my BGVs stem. Know what this is. So I'm just gonna solo save all my stems, make sure.
You were so close, I could breathe you in.
Okay, that sounds good. Now I'm gonna gain stage them. Again, you don't need to hear the audio. I'm going to go to window configuration, select my gain stage window. Remember this? We can see the meters. Taking the first track, and I'm just clicking on this small icon here. And it becomes a little fader, and that's the clip gain. So the goal is to get them right where the green and yellow breaks. I always say minus 18 dBFS. If you go to your meters and you go to your your setup, and you go to preferences, and you go to metering, you can set your color break low and your color break high. Right now it's set at minus 20, so actually where your color is breaking is minus 20 dBFS. But let's keep using minus 18, and I could change this to minus 18. I think minus 20 is okay. Let me turn the audio down yet. Just mute all these. I'm gonna make a group out of my stems real quick. Stems. And I'm gonna use the S for stems. This way, when I mute them. Okay, there's the audio. I don't need to hear it. Okay, 1 is right where the color breaks. 2 is maybe just going over a little bit. 3 is right on the money, even on the peaks. 4 is okay. Well, it does have some peaks. You want to catch the loudest peaks. There we go. So I'm just going to bring this down a little bit. Looking at the kick, looks pretty good. Hi-hat. Looks like there's a few hi-hats. Happy there. And the third hi-hat. There's a right here. And I'm looking for the average. I'm not looking for peaks. Average. This is 11 symbols. 12 symbols. 13 symbols. It's good. 14 symbols again. A lot of symbols. Twelve's got a little peak there. One thing you can do when you have things that have a small peak, you can actually hit your grabber tool, and then just do 1 point there, 1 point there. Make your tracks bigger, and then just grab this, bring it down. So instead of gain staging the whole thing, that's just for specific peaks. Don't go crazy on it. You still have to hear it. Make sure it doesn't sound funky. Okay, what about 10? We did that. So far looking good. I'm not worried about the levels on my buses yet. I'll fix those afterwards. I'm just looking at the tracks. Typically I would have done the gain staging just on the tracks without any buses or stems. So because I already had the stems and buses set up, that's why I'm doing this. So 15. 16. One other thing you could do is I usually hit F6, which is the trim tool. And if you just go in here, you can also just grab it instead of going all the way here to this icon. Okay, I'm going to go to the guitars, 21. We'll actually have Let me make sure. Okay, so 17 had a peak. I'm gonna go back and fix this later. Or actually, I could do it now. It's not. Ooh, that one had a. This is track 18. If you look here. That would definitely clip your mix bus or your master. Use my smart tool so I don't have to keep switching back and forth. The smart tool selects all 3 of these. You can click here to select them all right on top, or do like I do just with the shortcut. I think is what, F7, 8, F7, 8, and 9. Sorry, F. There we go. F7, 8, and 9. F7, F8, F9. Okay. See, that way when I move it, it just changes from the grabber to the selector tool and the trim tool. Okay. 20 looks good. 21. Just gonna bring it up a little bit. $22. So you gotta look here. This is 22, and then look here, so you could see exactly what I'm doing. 23. 24. 25 is good. 26 is good. Let's go to 27 and 28. Okay, 26. This is 27. 28 is, maybe needs to come up a little bit. 29. 30. 31. 32. 34, which is the roads. Oh, 33 first. Okay, 35. Oh no, this is the roads. That was 33. 34. Pretty hot. Now, if I clap, if a track is clipped, then even if you bring the gain down, nothing's going to happen. It's still going to sound bad. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39, which is the lead vocal. I'm gonna look for the loudest points. Wow, looks like over here in the beginning anyways. And the way I could tell what's louder is by the waveform. Background vocal 40. That's good. 41. Okay. If you look at my stems, they're all right where the green breaks, which is good. I'm going to bring my mix bus up. So if I bring the window configuration, oh, I didn't make a meter. I'm going to call this, well, let me make sure they fit here too. New window configuration, meters. Okay. It's, if I was to mix at this level, yeah. Of course, it'll be really hot. Make sure pre-fader metering is off. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this video here. I did the gain staging. And let me look at my notes real quick. Okay, so just to recap, we had an existing session where I had downloaded the wrong tracks. I went ahead and gain staged those tracks on video 1 just to show you. Then on video 1B, I downloaded new tracks, which are the longer tracks, 3 minutes long, 3 minutes plus. And I gain staged these tracks. And I had existing buses and existing stems that I had set up, my mix bus and my master, and I already had my meter, so I showed you how to remove those existing tracks, how to delete them from the clip section, so you now have a fresh session to start with. Hopefully this has been educational for you, and man, I really enjoy doing these videos. So lastly, I'm just going to say, hey, if somebody asks you for help, please help them. Show them what you know. About your DAW, about recording, about mixing. No question is ever too dumb. Don't ever feel like you have to impress anybody. So go out there and help somebody today. Thank you. We'll talk to you later.